Welcome, everybody. Episode 46, Brad.
Is it 46?
I believe it's 46. I will double check that now that you're giving me
Yeah.
that look.
'Cause I thought I looked, it was 45, but it might be 46. We're
No,
climbing up there
45,
to
45 was last week, 46 is today. But we had to bump the show one day to Friday.
yeah,
So
that
I
threw me
get
off, David. I've been
it.
away from my desk for 2 days, so I'm gonna have to lean on you to know what's new because so much changes in the world of AI software.
Well, it's so crazy, right? I mean, oh God. Yeah, I was talking to my brother last night, who's our CTO, and of WITI, and he's a filmmaker and a AI AR person. But he's like, "Oh, have you guys, Agent? What about Agent Kit?" I'm like, "That's 2 weeks ago that came out. It seems like it was like 6 months ago in normal time, right?"
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, it's all good in the hood. We got a million things. We have developer tools. What was that presentation package you looked at, or what that you just mentioned?
Kimmy.
Kimmy, okay, so we get into that. Pitch.com, I started looking at, but I don't know. I kind of think Gamma is still the boss. Let me just post this and then I'll jump in and share a couple things.
Yeah. Yeah, David, Gamma's still pretty great because recently I used a language model to make a slide deck, and then I tried to edit the slide deck in Google, and it was possible, but it felt so slow.
Well, right. So if you're, start using these things and then going back to the old ones, it's like you just drove a horse and, right? Or you just
Right?
a car.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you're getting back in the horse. You're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So let's get going. Um, all right, so I have a couple things. So first of all, for the developers out there, and Brad, being a non-developer, and I am, I think you've probably done more than me. I can do some things now,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
this, GitHub, I've opened to GitHub, become not really clear, but I've heard really good things about Kaya or about OpenSpec.
OpenSpec, a lightweight, spec-driven development tool. Yes, another one of those. Developed by Fission AI to solve the problem of spec tools losing requirements in chat history and using up too many tokens. But with so many other more popular spec-driven development tools out there, like Amazon's Kiro and GitHub's Spec Kit, is the simplicity of OpenSpec enough to make it worth your time? Let's find out. And before we do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Spec-driven development turns your vague prompt into a clearly defined document with tasks for your AI agents to follow, massively reducing the amount of bugs and errors in your final project. Check out this video by Andres to learn more about the details. And OpenSpec makes the whole process so much simpler, narrowing things down to 3 major steps. Draft your proposal, review the tasks, then implement the tasks. In fact, let's go ahead and see it in action. I want to create a fake LLM benchmarking tool. To do that, let's start off with a simple Vite React project. Then in our project, we'll initialize OpenSpec, which will ask us to select an AI tool. In my case, that will be OpenCode. I'll hit enter, and now we should have a few
All
new
right, I
files.
think that's enough for now, but we'll post this video in the chat. I mean,
Mhm.
Brad, pretty cool, right? I mean, it's kind of like laying out your doc. I mean, prices are going up as we hear all the time with Precursor, the other programming tools. This seems to put kind of a, I don't know, just a structure on it that even us non-programmers might be able to do.
Yeah, I think that's the big difference, David, is that when it looks easy and I get into it, I feel like I'm getting somewhere. But if anything happens or breaks, I'm lost. Like I can do what everyone else can do, which is copy it into another language model and be like, hey, where's the problem? But
Right,
myself, I don't know to go in and be like, oh, you're missing this curly Q bracket or you're missing this colon. Or you need the part that connects left and right or up and down. I'm like, I don't even know what that means.
right,
I mean,
exactly.
I'm playing dumb, David. I definitely know what that means, but I reached the equivalent point where it's beyond my basic knowledge, and then you ask yourself if you just wasted 6 hours.
Totally. And right.
You're 6 hours into it. You think you're a moment away from it working. It looks like it's made by cardboard and crayons, and you go, oh. Oh
Yeah,
man.
but I think using the ChatGPT camera, right, on chat does work.
Hmm.
It seems to work better now. Really sees, and I can just communicate it. Like, how do I fix this? You know? Anyway, so that's that. Programming tools are coming out big time.
Hmm.
Now, Dex, there's things like pitch.com. Haven't got too into it. I've heard about it. It's interesting 'cause they have a lot of free templates built in. It's been getting much more simpler than it used to be. What's the one you said, Brad, or do you want to show yours?
Sure, yeah, I've used Beautiful, and then
The
I've
one,
used Gamma, I've used Canva. I like using Gamma. Gamma's good. And
yeah, but this
then
Kimmy, did you play
yeah,
with
it's
that Kimmy?
KIMI. Check out KIMI.
AI?
.com. Kimmy Slides. I think that's right.
This is it? Wow,
I
this
think
is an
so.
interesting interface. Oh, um, a deck for the weekly show.
Yeah, there's so many of these tools. Just even knowing they exist is good because sometimes you show up and you look at it and you say, this is what I was looking for. I can put in a prompt. It's going to outline the slides, choose a theme, create the presentation. Some of them can just be magic for the right person.
Right, and
Mhm.
just these interfaces. What country code is 86?
Good question. I'll look. 86 country code. That is China.
Yeah, I figured.
Was that the default country code?
No, but you got 86. Does that because oh, this is interesting. Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think your screen, David, is not zoomed in super far from my screen. So describe for everybody what's on the right-hand side panel.
Well, just went in, found our shows on YouTube, right? Pretty interesting. It's going to give us a proposed deck structure.
About the latest, our show that we're filming right now. That's neat.
Right. Yes, exactly. Not today's show, but the past. What should the overall deck be? And this is interesting, right? I am going to I'm getting us on Apple Podcasts too, by the way, so people can just listen.
Oh, nice.
Even though we show some things, I think it'd be good. Um, anyway, so this one looks like it gives structure. Now they do have Kimmy slides. So here,
Yeah.
let's actually go back and see if we can just grab this. Maybe it'll just work right from here. Looks like it is. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's going to give me a prompt. I do like here how you could like tell it what you want, to use as colors and things like that. I mean, and Gamma has advanced so much with the built-in agent and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. All these tools are so worth knowing.
Right. But I think stuff like this, I'm going to be interested to see how this is.
Hmm.
Generate slides, pick up template. Okay, so now right? And it says, enjoy the extra free time, Brad and David. Now you can focus on better things instead of bullet points. That's funny. All right, so now let's open Kimmy Slides.
Okay, so you made the prompt in Kimmy and then went to Kimmy Slides to make the slideshow. That's really smart.
That's what it told me to do. Oh, yes, I'm so smart. No, but yes, that is. And I will ask you to send me the spread closed captionings. I did forget to hit that for the show.
Yeah.
Here it comes in.
I mean, you get so accustomed, David, to results popping up in real time. It's hard to remember ever not having a slideshow come up in 90 seconds or less.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, I'd say at least 2 of the last 3 years. I think in the next 30 days, we're approaching the 3-year anniversary of OpenAI's ChatGPT. So it'll be 3 years, the last day of November. For at least 2 of those years, we've had slide deck makers that are near instant. Like you can hardly remember as a professional making a slide deck for hours, or it looked super basic. It was just white text on screen, or black text on a white screen.
Yeah.
Now, right now, we as viewers see like a black pop-up over that screen.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Really?
it's like a black rectangle. Okay, there it went away.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, same for in the top right corner. There's a
I know,
little.
right? That's funny. I was shading something to copy over my text message thread, and that's back now.
Yeah, yeah.
That's weird. I didn't realize we'd do that. Okay, well, this is what I was going to show.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah.
Just while we're, yeah, and I was just grabbing it because this is just another tool my brother, the programmer, was telling me about. But it is, I think these APIs are just getting more and more useful.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to pop in video APIs, use the different models, as we've been going down deep into Stone, we've kind of automated, and the way we built it too is great because we kind of have this above all the different softwares. So now we can punch in different things. So as Sora 2 came out, I'm sure everybody got a million videos that were, okay, but kind of semi-fail, I think most of them. And then
What's the URL? KIE?
KIE.ai. And then right, so that's interesting for any video projects or popping these into workflows, which I really think is the most important thing. Is we've been talking to big production companies and stuff that everybody's heard of. They want to protect their workflows, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we can choose here preset mode or adaptive mode. I'm sorry, back to Kimmy. So this is interesting, right? I've never seen anything like this before.
Mm-hmm.
Preset mode 3 to 5 minutes, adaptive mode 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll go with preset mode, right? Just for time's sake. We'll choose, maybe that's too dark here, maybe this. So they just give you these kind of decks to choose. And now I guess it'll pop our slides into it. Okay, well, we're waiting on that. We'll go back. Anyway, KIE.API. We may even have some guests coming up that can walk through this stuff because Brad and I just can't keep in touch with everybody. It would be great to have Harvey on, Brad and Brooks and Michael too, right? Just because the AI catch-up's been on hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
Harvey's been traveling all around the world to look at things. So I'd just be interested to get his perspective. So, but as many of you, and if you follow me on LinkedIn, you will get a excuse me, you will get a deck after the show. Actually, it's a social graph, right? So here's the latest 45. And again, I paste the closed captioning into Gamma, and it just builds a beautiful carousel that we can come in here, edit, add some colors to if we don't really like, Brad, this how we can edit this, right? Let's add background.
Oh yeah, editing in Gamma is a snap.
Right. And now it brings this over here, this agent. So now you can really give it detail what you want. And then let me just give one more props to Gamma. Changing graphics. If you have graphics you love, if the words are wrong, if you don't want them there, if you want to change them, it does it no problem. I mean, think about this, Brad. Early AI, which, 6 months ago or a year ago, right? You could never do that. It was worth just recreating the whole image. And you could have loved the image, but then there's misspellings. Yes, in some cases you could throw it into Gamma. I mean, into Canva and change it, but I don't know. I just found like that took a lot of time. Let's see. It looks like this is still going. Okay. Well. Oh, interesting. I mean, this is looks like it kind of just gives you templates to put more things in, or maybe you have to paste in the content.
This is Kimmy.
Yeah, this is the Kimmy slide we just created.
Hmm.
Interesting. I think this is worth looking at.
Yeah, I think there might be a steeper learning curve. I feel like once you learn what it does, I think there's value there.
Right. The date's off. Anyway, okay, Kimmy, I feel like it's worth checking out, added to the list, right?
Yeah. That's the benefit, David, of a live show is that you get like a real live experience or live opinion and not a trimmed down video that you're like, that took those guys 20 seconds. And when I did it, it took 9 minutes and then it was kind of meh. Like sometimes you got to see that in real time.
And yeah, it's so easy to yeah, anyway.
All right. So yeah, let's share a couple things here. Oh my goodness. There we go. I'm gonna share with you guys Miro. Can we see Miro?
The transcript. Miro, Brad, you are a Miro expert. You're known by everybody. So this is great for people that haven't seen this. And I'm sure there's a lot of upgrades to Miro, right? To Miro?
Yeah, so Miro had Canvas 25 3 days ago, right? On the 14th, they went to Brooklyn and had a live in front of a big audience. Canvas 25 is what they called it, right? They had Ethan Mollick and a whole bunch of speakers there. If you know Ethan Mollick, he's a thought leader and a professor at Wharton. They had a whole bunch of people speak there. You can see all these great people. And they were showing you the latest from Miro. So here's the latest. So I made this diagram. This is just a circle with some circles and some sticks. I'll show you the next part. But, imagine you have some customers or consumers and you want to know their ideal profile, right? And I made this. This is not a graphic. I guess this is now a graphic from the internet because I made this. So imagine that, you want to know your ideal customer and all these different things, right? So I can now highlight this all. Okay. And on the left-hand side here, there's their AI button at the top. Right. And now it's called Sidekicks. So when I click it, I get this sidekick menu here. And now I've got an AI that has context of everything I'm doing. You can make a different sidekick, like it has like a personality. But we'll just do this here. So I'll say, what do we have here? All right. We'll say, what do we have here? Oh, I didn't select any context. There we go. What do we have here? So it said I have 30 objects selected, right? And it says 11 objects added as context. And it says, I see a diagram showing social media platforms connected to an ideal customer profile. In the center, they include Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. This appears to be mapping out your ideal customer where they might be active online. Would you like me to help you flesh out this profile? So like, check that out, David. It's contextual. So now if I wanted to just highlight 2 of them and talk to the sidekick, I could do that.
Amazing.
So it's like it's got visual context and text context. And so you can be collaborative. The best part about Miro, I should get them to pay me for this. The best part about Miro is you can collaborate with people in real time. You can be on a Zoom call like we are. You can be both on the whiteboard at the same time, both adding content. You can add like a Loom style video of yourself. So when people click that, it actually tours them around the board. So they don't even have to click. It'll just take you on a little tour. It is super, super cool. So that's new. Sidekicks. They also have this thing called Flows, but as I told you earlier, I've been away from my desk for 2 days at events, so I've not had time to check out Flows. And then I've got a bunch of stuff in my other browser here. So,
Yeah,
we're-
maybe a couple of them, but then we can stop. And by the way, Brad, I think we may have to. Well, I'll let you know. We may have to do
Yeah.
it Friday too, because I may have to go to LA for meetings on Thursday.
Okay, so yeah,
Right.
next week might also be on a Friday. So Anthropic has agent skills. These released yesterday, so I've not had a chance to check them out, but check this out, right? So Claude now has skills that will improve how it performs specific tasks, right? They're folders that include instructions, scripts, and resources that Claude can load when needed. So imagine you do consistently a repeated task. Like you're like, hey, every week I do the latest podcast. So I can include a set of instructions. Go here, do this. I can include a script. I always want you to say, hey, everyone on LinkedIn, check out my carousel. And the resources can be the transcript. So you can have a repeatable activity, whether it's a weekly podcast like we do, a daily activity, or something you do 20 times a day. You can give it an instruction, but check that out, a script and resources. It will only access a skill when it's relevant to the task. When used, the skills make Claude better at a specialized task like working with Excel or following your organization's brand guidelines. That's huge. Anybody that says, I want it to sound exactly like this department, this person, this team, this project, it's going to sound like you want it to if you give it brand guidelines. So you've seen these happen before. Oh, sorry for the scroll, everybody. You can now build these skills yourself. You've seen them being used with Claude Apps, Claude Code, and Claude API. So when you're working on something, Claude scans the available skills that are relevant. When one matches, it loads the minimal information, makes Claude fast. So you can stack them together. They automatically identify which skills are needed and coordinate their use. That's blowing my mind, David, that it's going to know which ones to use and use them all in a stack. Skills use the same format, so you can build it once and you can use it across all the different layers of Claude inside their applications, their coding program, and then their API. It loads only what's needed. It can include executable code for tasks where traditional programming has a lot of tokens. So it's a custom onboarding material that lets you package expertise. It makes Claude a specialist on what matters most. This is super, super cool. Skills are available to pro users, max users, team users, and enterprise users. Let's see. I got to switch browsers to get to it, so we'll do that in a second. I know we're short on time, but check that out. That's super cool.
Amazing.
VO 3.1. This is from 2 days ago. Again, I've been away from my desk at events, so these are new to me. So there's an update to VO 3.1. I guess because Sora 2 came out, Google has to respond to Sora 2 from ChatGPT with an update. You can refine your narrative with audio and more control. You can craft the look of the scene. You can control the shot from start to finish. You can create longer, seamless shots and edit your ingredients and videos with more precision, add new elements to scenes, remove unwanted objects. David, this seems awesome. So that's VO3.
Yep, and audio, I guess, is new for VO.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think VO2 had audio, but now they all have audio, which is very interesting.
It is very interesting. I think, they probably just got a contract with the right company. So Runway is a company that does video as well. So now they're introducing apps. It's an easier way to create anything with Runway. From reshooting your products to restyling images, apps are an ever-growing collection of use case-specific workflows that make it easier than ever to get to great outputs. Apps are now rolling out on the web with something more interesting releasing every week. Like this is mind-blowing that these are all fake. Like my brain does not immediately go, oh, that's fake.
Right. Yeah,
Like it's
Runway's the OG, I think, in this space.
yeah.
Right.
So
Remember, it was just them and Kyber at the beginning.
yeah, and DID. Yeah, so check that out if you're using Runway or if you're interested about Runway. There's always at least a try it out free version of these things. Check them out. Apple, David, is going to unleash the M5, the next big leap in AI performance from Apple Silicon. So it's like if you have like an M chip, now they're up to M5. It's going to be 4 times peak graphic processing for AI compared to M4. So even if you don't have the latest M4, you're going to be going up a massive amount. And okay, good.
Right, and they do it right before Christmas or holidays, right? I mean, I think that's definitely strategic, and look for Apple to do some really cool things.
Yeah, I was going to get super nerdy with cursive models, but we'll skip that for now. Sam Altman's going to get porny with you, ladies and gentlemen. Sam Altman's going to go after dark NC-17. He's going to get erotic. He's going to get horny. ChatGPT is going to start talking to you like an adult, which is code word for sex. He says they're not there to police your morals or your beliefs or behaviors. So they're going to roll out age gating. It's like a gatekeeping. They're going to treat adults like adults. And the absolute explicit context there is that it will be explicit language. So people are going to be sexting their chatbot, David, which is kind of the natural evolution of technology, most people would say. But there's that. Google Notebook is making changes. They're adding Nano Banana to their video overviews. So if you're in Notebook LM and you're making a video overview, you're going to get Nano Banana inside. What that means is that the images are going to look better. They've got these different visual styles. You can choose between watercolor, retro, anime, whiteboard diagram, papercraft. There's like a cut and paste of construction paper layered on top, and heritage. And all these things, David, they're just the start, right? Because once you unleash a handful of styles, it's only a matter of time before they roll out a bunch more. And, just in case you didn't think it was just me thinking that, when you look up ChatGPT, all the news says sex is a big market, erotica, you can sex with ChatGPT. So it's not just me thinking that, it's all these other news outlets. So expect people to talk about that, David, because it's a snickery, funny, immature topic to talk about. Gemini, there's new stuff in Gemini all the time. You can now schedule time with other people through Gemini. I know we're pushing our time limits here. Claude Skills. Claude is going to now connect with Microsoft Teams, Outlook, and OneDrive. Look at this from 5 hours ago. Goodness gracious, it's 5 a.m. Eastern. So Anthropic is going to connect Claude to Microsoft Teams, Outlook, and OneDrive. All these things are interconnected, David. According to a GitHub blog from 18 hours ago, Grok's Code Fast is now available in GitHub Copilot. So Copilot is really ramping up, because I'm going to close out with some Copilot here too. When I look up Copilot, you're going to get ChatGPT inside Copilot, but you're also getting Manus. So if you guys have seen, I know,
Wow.
right? So Copilot is testing Manus.
Because that's a Chinese model, well, agent.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. If I read that right, I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Copilot Manus testing. I can't imagine they would take the word Manus after there's already a product called Manus. Yeah. So Copilot, for people who are using Copilot, I think you're just getting a stack of really cool stuff. I don't know anything about Copilot, but there it is. Kimmy was the one we talked about, Kimmy Slides. Create full PowerPoints inside the app and download it to PowerPoint. It's a free tool. And then Runway. Yeah, I mean, I know we're hitting the highlights here, but like, David, there's just so much that's new. From ChatGPT, you're going to be able to talk to like an adult. From Claude, you're going to have skills inside of it. Gemini, you're going to have Nano Banana inside your Notebook LM. Grok, the coding is now through the roof. Perplexity, I haven't heard news from Perplexity, but I know people are using the Comet browser more and more. Miro has the Sidekicks inside of it. If anyone is not using these tools, goodness gracious, go out and try them. A ton of them are free. A ton of them are free. It's like being afraid of the photocopier. You know what I mean? You want to do it by hand. And someone else just put it in the top and went, oh, I made 200 copies in 10 seconds and sent it out to the world. There is so much to learn about these things, David. And it's like, do not get frozen in inaction. Do something, try something, reach out to us. We're lots of different places bringing you the latest.
Yes. Excellent, Brad. We'll do some predictions coming in upcoming shows of what we're going to see in 2026. I think would be good.
Yeah.
we've been working on a few, kind of videos for campaigns. I think a message to empower the people through AI. I think it was it Dubai or the UAE is going to give everybody a pro ChatGPT account.
Yeah, some nations are just giving everybody access. They just want the nation to be on these tools.
They want to empower their people, and I think that's what it's all about. And just interesting with ChatGPT. So I don't know if they're seeing Grok as a threat because you can do all that stuff in Grok, and usually you'd go there for things like that. My friends tell me.
Yeah,
But
people are using Grok for real-time stock ticker.
right, that also. Right. But
Yeah.
as far as the sex goes, fake stuff, now ChatGPT, do they see them as a threat? I mean, that's so interesting. But
Yeah, it's tech mixed with politics, and all of these technologies, David, are moving so much faster than politics can move. I told you I was at an event with one of the top, politicians who appeared for a moment at this event. I thought, oh, I want to go see this. It's my belief that those individuals that are governors or premiers or heads of state or province, that they're so busy with their schedule, they don't have time to sit with these tools and really get what it is. And the tools move so fast, David, that we do a weekly show and another weekly show, and you do a third weekly show, and I do a fourth between Mondays, the latest, the catch up, and your WITI platforms.
Right.
And HAL 9000 and AI Adopters Club. You and I are in about 6 groups a week. So we're spending 6-7 hours a week on this stuff. And we are so blown away in like the 18-hour gap from yesterday.
Yeah. HAL is moving to Thursdays, I think, by the way.
But between us, we're in 4 or 5 groups.
And then you walk out in my community, people still haven't heard of AI or ChatGPT. Not that they have to, take the barrage of info.
Yeah.
But they're not leveraging. So anyway, that's why we're here, right? To empower the people.
Yeah. I mean, I was saying this to someone yesterday at this event that the time invested 4 or 5 hours a week learning, I easily save every week in capability.
Right. Exactly.
Easily. Compared to what I did 3 years ago, goodness gracious.
Exactly.
So
okay, that was the latest. Thank you everybody for being here. I did, by the way, turn on closed captioning. My bad. So now I'm just gonna pop it into my Cloud folder. I mean my Claude folder where I have all the instructions to create stuff. I'll put it up on LinkedIn later.